Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty, let's turn this down a little bit while we wait for Noah to hurry up and hop in here. He said he was getting ready, so I'll give him a moment or two. While I do that, I'm gonna pull this over here so I can have a little bit of music playing in the background. Hopefully it just doesn't stop playing. Ah, beautiful. YouTube actually wants to work today. But, so tonight, well, yes, I know this is another creator's video. I will be using it not for purposes of ripping what he said. I'm using it because there are certain points that are just not easy to find anymore. Um, so it's a okay. How about I go over what we're going over tonight? Tonight we're going over the story of Nasubi, a aspiring Japanese comedian who was basically legally tortured and lived in a living hell for about a way over a year. It was a good bit over a year, but like I was stating before, man lived in a living hell, and oh, I got a text. Okay, it's just let me know Twitch. You know I was going live. Um, but like I was saying, he was an aspiring comedian, tortured for a living hell, and I can find each individual episode, but I can't stop. Ah, no, this is not the right section. Stop that. Thank you. Is this scaled right? Yeah, it's scaled right. If I go over here and then for the full stream, because it was a live stream, I'll go over it in a little bit. Oh, wait. Did I happen to find it? Oh. Well, I found it. Might not need it then if I could just find the clips that I'm looking for. So I won't be showing too much of it on stream. Only certain bits because the man is fully nude. And of course, it's just a dog food bit where he eats that. No, not yet. But he did he is completely nude. It's obviously censored to a certain extent. But I still can't show it on Twitch because I'll get banned for that. And I'll gonna get banned tonight. Is anyone ever gonna hop in here? I'm gonna keep searching for the certain bit that I am looking for. If I can't find it, then I'll go to that other guy's video and let him. Let me mute this real quick. See if this is right. Stop. No piece still has rice. There it is. Okay, I found it. Okay. So Nasubi was an aspiring comedian in Japan, as I stated earlier before, and he was offered a chance at becoming famous. Like anyone would take that. And the show I'm not going to try and pronounce. I will let me take a look and see if I know I have it written down here. I just need to see if I can pronounce it. No, I can't find where I put it down. So here's basically the goal. Well, let me put this first. He was offered a chance to play on a game show, a Japanese game show. Now, obviously, Japanese game shows are intense. If you've ever seen one, I'll see if I can't pull one up now. See if I can't just find one. They're quite weird. Obviously, there's gonna be a cultural difference, but let's see. Yeah, like here's one where they're just like they're punished for failing, and they have to like sit in this very uncomfortable position. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like it's just to see what you can do to people, and it gets people to laugh. Now obviously most of these aren't completely real, but to a certain extent they are. Just like the one in Nasubi. A lot of people thought that it was fake, but it's not. So he was offered to be a contestant on this game show, and his goal, little did he know, was to make 1 million yen, and this released in 1998, so buying power, a bunch of cool math stuff that I had to do. It's painful. Cough, cough, I just put it in a calculator. It took like 5 minutes. 1 million yen is 10,000 US dollars. From nothing but sweepstakes and giveaways. If you know what I mean, have you ever... This is obviously 1998, so it's a little bit older. Instead of doing online giveaways, they would ship out cards to people and be like, hey, you could win this if you just fill out your information. And so he did, and his goal was to make $1 million, or 1 million yen in total from his winnings. So he did end up winning that spot, and obviously the motivation to be an aspiring comedian was there. So it's not like he had much to lose. Trying to get Noah in here. He says getting ready, and that was like 10 minutes ago, wasn't it? Yeah, about 10 minutes ago. Anywho, he tried, let's see. Hold up. Alright, I'm sorry about that. Is Noah here? Oh my god, he's here! He's here!
Hey
It,
Google, green light.
this man got the Google set up already.
I've had this Google set up for a while.
Damn it, where was I? I had to go do something and now I lost where I was. Oh, what's good, Blizz? What's good? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. It's good seeing you back around. Where was I? What was I? Ah, yes, 1 million yen. So Nasubi's goal was to get 1 million yen in giveaways, which in the 90s were written by hand and mailed out. Whether you just stopping by, oh, it's good to see. It's good to see you. It's so nice having old people come on around. By old people, I mean like old viewers. Ah, you know what I mean. But so it doesn't sound too hard because you can get like 2 big wins and then you're already at like 5 grand, at least in US dollars, because it's 10 grand is the conversion to 1 million yen. Doesn't sound too hard, but then again, it is giveaways, so it's pure luck here. So to start us off, the man was completely stripped of all of his clothes for little to no reason and was tossed into a completely bare, empty apartment. Just there, like it had a bathroom, it had a sink, no oven. I think it had an oven, but the gas wasn't turned on. Just nothing, not even a bed there. It was just the floor, the walls, and the bathroom. Like it's completely bare. When I put it up on stream, I'll put it up or why the editing, I'll put it up here. It is a completely empty apartment. There is nothing there. Yeah, I'm talking about Nasubi, the guy that was trapped for a year in an apartment doing giveaways, and then he got moved to Korea. Yeah, to do it again. It's an awful story, but it's funny to think about the fact that they got away with it. The producers completely got away with it. They did not get any bit of hate or just like any bit of like a slap on the wrist. Yeah, he's doing all right now. He's doing good now. I haven't got there yet, but I'll tell that in a bit. The man was stripped of his clothes. They tossed him a pillow so he can cover himself, at least cover up his genitals. And which I can pull that up on stream because he's at least covering. Oh my, I got so many. Yeah, I could show this up here. He covers himself up. Also, yes. This is in 1998, so it's kind of hard to and yes, I'm using Critical's video, Blizz, because it's one of the very few sources I can find that has like good quality. I have to use Critical's video. But he was given a pillow, a stack of the cards, and a pen. So this man just started going in. Like he just spent like the first like 8 to 12 hours just filling out sweepstakes. And the only sort of socialization he had was a mailman that came by to drop off the stuff, which I will get into later, was not real. Yeah, Critical's analysis is really, really good. Anything done by Critical is really good. Anything done by Charlie is really good. I love Charlie. I mean, it's great. Um, but as I said before, man was completely isolated. And if you want a good example of what isolation does to the human mind, back when YouTube TV shows was a thing, Vsauce had one. Let me pull up his. Oh, that's that. I want to go to YouTube. Back when he had a YouTube Red TV show, back when that stuff existed. Yeah. Minefield episode 1, it's just one of the very few free ones. I can't open it up, but he stays in there for 2 days?
It took exactly 1 minute and 57 seconds of boredom for Jameson's
I don't know. I don't know exactly. I think it was 2 days, 3 days maybe of complete isolation, and that man was already like, he just like woke up. He's like, probably about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was like 3 in the morning. And that man had lost it 3 days in. This man was solo for over a year before isolation is not fun. No, that's why I feel bad for people that like have mental disorders such as like depression or anxiety, and they force themselves to isolate because they feel bad, because then it just makes them worse. It's not their fault, obviously.
Worse, and they don't understand it. Like, really?
What?
Like,
No.
we're trying to help you. It's like it just makes it worse for them, and we're just like, we're trying to help you. Accept the damn help.
And then you also have the issue of like straight up just they sometimes you just can't help them at that point because it's something they have to do themselves. Now, obviously, you can't blame the person there because it's hard, but like you can understand why it's such a hard concept or a hard like cycle to get out of, where you want to go outside but you're either scared or you feel like you're gonna burden someone, and then okay, why are we going on about depression? I mean, I'll keep going, but I don't care. You have the stupid loop of going out and trying to, well, it's not stupid, but you get what I mean. You have the loop of going out trying to socialize with other people, and you either feel really scared about it or you just feel really bad about it, or you always feel like something's gonna go wrong, so then you're like, well, maybe if I just don't go outside and don't socialize, it won't happen. Well, then you get extremely lonely and touch starved, and then it gets worse. So then you try it again, and then since you're so needy and so attention hungry, which isn't their fault once again, they end up like getting someone uncomfortable or making someone feel a little weird, and then they feel really bad. Trust me, I have seen this loop over and over and over again. It is a terrible loop. It is awful.
Look what Rubik's Cube I found.
Hold up, let me pull up Noah here. Oh, Noah's streaming. Let me see.
No.
Here.
Stream camera.
There we go. Bring that to school and try and let Damien figure that shit out. That's gonna be hard.
Damien wanted it.
Oh, he wanted it? That's gonna be wild.
I'm like, alright, well, if you want to.
Let him do it. Let him do it. If that man's so smart, let him do it. I know I can't solve a 2x2 nor a 3x3, let alone a whatever hexagon, octagon piece of shit cube that is. What even?
It's a 9 by 1.
It's what? Is it like
9 by
9 by
10
what?
by 10.
10 by 10? 10 by 10 Rubik's. It's a Teramint. Or, Teramint Mega Mix 7. Oh, this is a 7 by 7. Oh, the 1 by 1. That's something I can solve. could definitely solve a 1x1. There's a burger Rubik's Cube and it's a 2x2. It makes me so angry.
So that is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
It is kind of funny. But it's a 2x2. I hate 2x2s because apparently they're harder. Anywho, back to the fucking story instead of going on about depression loops and Rubik's cubes. I don't know. This is why we did the podcast. It's fun.
Yep.
Where was I? Okay, yeah. So he just started. He was completely isolated, and one of the first things he does win is he wins, I believe, a pair of women's underwear or women's garments, one of the two. Which I will get into later, but all of the stuff that he wins is controlled by the producers. I'll explain that very soon or very later, but it will make a lot of sense when you hear the order he gets stuff in. So the first thing he wins is some women's garments, and he's obviously not gonna wear that in the 90s. It's also really looked down upon, just in general, to wear women's clothes for some reason. Well, in the 90s, it was like very looked down upon, especially in the U.S. and anywhere really. But so he wins some other small items, like he wins the stuffed animals that he starts talking to because isolated. So I can't get mad at that though. I like stuffed animals. I got like a whole collection on my bed at the moment. I'm one of them people. I don't care. I'll out myself for that. But the next thing he wins, I believe, is a bag of rice. I know it goes a bag of rice and then he gets dog food. I'll see if I can't find here on Critical's video the thing where he gets a bag of rice. Okay. Yeah, I found it. Okay. So the first thing he does end up winning is rice. And this man is so ecstatic about rice. Like, he gets so happy about getting rice. Like, I understand that rice is basically in every Japanese dish, or for the majority part, it's a main, like, ingredient of the dish. But, like, no one should be that happy about getting rice. And so he then realizes that he has no way to cook this rice. Not a single way, because he doesn't have a pot. He has water and a heating plate, because he did win a heating plate before this, but he has no pot. So he uses one of the snack things. I'll show it again here. I'll show it here. He uses this little snack pack thing, and it doesn't work at first. It just kind of like makes it really soggy, and like really soggy but really crunchy. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you've overcooked noodles. Noah, have you ever overcooked noodles before?
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, because like they're really like mushy, but on the ends they are strictly crunchy for no reason, and it's awful. So it doesn't work out at first, but hey, at least he's eating now. The man only had like a small little snack pack of stuff, but at least he's eating now, so that's a plus. And then later he gets a TV. Or no, he does get a radio. I do remember seeing that in the stream, that he does get a radio first before he does get a you can see it here. He does have a radio. He gets a globe, a little bike, a bunch of other assortment of random trinkets and other things. It's a bunch of junk that he really can't use. Besides the bike, he can. Oh, I will say this. He does actually later. I don't know if it's in this clip, but later he like turns the bike into a stationary bike that he can ride, like the ones you would see at a gym. And I don't think does he do it here? No, that's where he does win the thing. I really should not be showing. He turns this bike into a stationary bike. I don't know if he does it earlier or if he does it later. But he does make it stationary. Like, yeah, there it is. He does make it a stationary bike so that it's like something you would see at a gym. Not BIM. No, you know what I'm talking about. The exercise bikes. He's probably gone, but he knows what I'm talking about. I could pull one up real quick. Shit, one of these things. Exercise bikes. He turns it into one of these, so now he can at least like. I ain't watching that. This shit's boring. So now he can at least, get exercise and be motivated to do something. And then later on, once his food supply runs out, he miraculously gets another thing of food. And that is dog food. I did have it pulled up on here. Let me see if I can't find it again. Is this it? No, that's still him with the rice. More rice. Is this where he's at the second apartment? No, he's still in the first apartment here. I'll get to that later. Where is this stupid dog food clip? Hold on. Oh, is it here? That's the TV that I talked about earlier. There it is, I found it. Okay. So, he then runs out of rice. And in desperation... Lyle, get out. Get out of here. Do not do that. You do that and you get banned. Instantly. 100% you get banned. On the spot. Don't do that. Do not say the N-word. Nah, that's something I would expect Sagi to do by accident. That man would just let it go and be like, oh, whoopsies. Man would definitely do something like that. It's awful.
Man.
What?
I feel like saying an F slur.
Huh. Yeah, someone did that a few weeks ago. Probably like it was like last week that happened. But
slur, it was just a fact.
It's still a slur, Noah. You can't say it.
Sure I can, because I am one.
I think Bree would disagree.
I don't know.
I don't know how much you fucking slam my ass, Jinx. Maybe you are right.
Not just yours, but John's, Jacob's. Let's see here. Who else?
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Maybe you are a bit handsy. It's probably the worst way I could have said that, but it is so true. Anywho, so the next thing we see him eat is dog food. If any of you own pets, you will know what that is. It is a Caesar bowl. It's the stupid little dog foods that come in containers, wet dog food. And this man is just like... It's awful. What did you expect, my friend? And then he gets like hard dog food. And you could hear him crunch it. And it's like... It's awful. It's disgusting. Like you can it sounds like a Cheeto. It sounds like a Cheeto. If we go back, like it sounds like he's eating a Cheeto, and it's just you have to feel so bad for him, because like he had obviously at any given time he could just be like, all right, I'm done, I'm out. But the man wants to be a comedian, and he's getting money from this, so he just kind of keeps going along with it. I don't know how much the producers made, but I know they made a bunch because they had at this time about 11, or I know at the end they had about 11 million people watching it.
Wow. Oh,
And Noah, by the way, this was a live stream, so it wasn't like it's technically a TV show, but the TV show is nothing but the live streams being saved. You know what I mean, like a VOD. And this was in 1998, so this is like peak technology. This was probably one of the very few times we've had live streams before. The only other time we
Yeah.
see live streams is like news broadcasting. So there was a lot of money. I will show this because I couldn't find it anywhere else. Critical here does have a clip of them actually hand tracing. Where is it? There's a clip of them actually
The whole point
like following him live with like this little tablet pen thing, it covering up his genitals because they couldn't show it on live TV. So it was peak technology at the time, and he could give up at any time he wanted to. But like at first it was okay because the man was doing well, and then they started messing with him, and I'll get to that later. I've already stated that that a lot of the people didn't think it was totally real and that he had complete choice over this, and he did, but like I said, the man was kind of forced, kind of not forced to do it. And so the next thing he wins is a TV with no way to watch it, because in 98 there wasn't really cable. I mean, there was, but a lot of people opted for satellite, or well, it really was satellite because you had the stupid little antennas, and his TV did not come with an antenna. Then he wins a game that he cannot play, a video game that he cannot play because he has no console to play it on. So now he just has these two things that he could be taking like breaks or just like staying up for a bit while taking a little break, and he just doesn't have any way to do that. He just can't watch TV, he can't play his game, and the entire time he just doesn't have clothes either. He never gets clothes. Not a single time does he, like, the only thing I think he gets is the woman's garments. And there was one point early on where a delivery boy, like a delivery driver, knocked on his door, opened up the door, and was like, "Did you order ramen?" And then he looked inside, he was like, "No, you did not." And he shuts the door and leaves. You know how devastating that has to be for someone who hasn't ate for a couple days? Just to see, like, fast food sitting right there, a guy looking at you very weird, and then he just leaves. That's gotta be so sad. But eventually he does get a console for his game, and he spends like 2 days straight playing it. Because, like, what else are you gonna do? He has nothing to do in there, so why not take a little bit of a break and just play the game? And he beats it like twice, I think, or something like that. And then eventually he does win. He does in about, like, I think it was like 360 something days. He does eventually get the 1 million yen. And so they wake him up by shining a flashlight in his face and popping off one of those little stupid little confetti poppers. And the man looks so shocked too. Like, he looks so scared. I'll pull it up again. Where is it? Where are you? I have too many tabs open. This is awful. Here we are. I don't have the second part, but there is 2 parts. Is it here? Is this it right here? No, okay, so they do send him to another apartment because there was too many people outside the apartment that he was actually at. So this is him being blindfolded, and he's just happy to go out because he thinks he might have won, but he's just being moved to a new apartment. Yeah, this is the new apartment. He gets some pork that he can't cook, so he eats it raw. This is him winning. This is him in the second part where he's in South Korea. I'll explain that in a bit. There it is. I found it. I'll let it play out. Am I too far back? I am really far back. Where is it? I thought I died past it, maybe? Where? Is this it right here? Yeah, here it is. They sneak into his bedroom, or into the apartment at night. Like, he's just sleeping on the floor. He's like, damn, why is it so bright? No. Where the f am I? This is why I need subtitles. Oh, there it is. I found it. There we are. They do it again to him. And pop. Like, he is so shocked. And he is so scared. He is just mortified. He's so scared. This poor man is just so terrified. Ah, that's my cap and gown. You guys aren't supposed to see that. And so he finally gets out. He finally wins his 1 million yen. And he finally gets out. And so they give him like a suit or just some clothes. I'm pretty sure it like you can see that it looks like a suit, but wrong clip. That's Apple. That's Microsoft Store. No, he does get like a suit and such. He gets clothes. So, like, he gets like a suit, and he gets to go out. He gets to have some actual food. Goes to the amusement park, has a good time, and then he wakes up in South Korea. So the goal of the South Korea part of the show is he's supposed to get a commercial class ticket, enough for a commercial class ticket to get back to Japan. So he does in like, I think a couple weeks, maybe a month. And then they were like, man, I'm getting a lot of money off this. So they up it to business class. He gets it again. And then they up it to first class again. Like, they did not have to do this, but they did. Just so they could get more views and to mess with the man. And it is awful. And during this entire section, you can just see he's devastated and upset. So he doesn't care. He just doesn't care. He's just sitting there. He eats the raw pork. It's nasty. You can just see him. He's just like, he's still showing what he's getting and stuff like that, and he's still playing around a bit. But he's just like, he's still. Is it rice? Oh, did he get rice again? I think this is like the third time he gets rice. Yeah, he gets rice again. He's so happy about rice. I wonder if this has English subtitles. It does. Yeah. Oh, it's kimchi. Sorry, it's not. I can't show where. I can 47,000. The goal of 46,900 yen has been reached. Prize life contest in Korea complete. Reach the goal. Hasn't realized he reached the goal. From Seoul, which is a city in South Korea, to Tokyo, the plane ticket is $46,900 in economy or commercial class. They up it to business. Okay, so business class. He needs another 9,000 yen, and they do it again. They do it again. They do it later on, and he has to reach 81,000. He needs another 19,800 yen. They up it to first class again. We're into the first class, so And he just keeps going. He just keeps going, and then he does finally end up winning. And they wake him up again. And before we go and do all of this, before I go to all this, I will get it all set up. For a fourth time, he's blind, or for a third time, he is blindfolded and sent back to Japan after getting his, it was around 56 something thousand yen. And he then finally does wake up in another apartment. And you can see as he takes it off, he's done. He's tired. He doesn't know if it's ever going to end. He just gets up, he's like, alright. Number 4. And he's just so tired of it. It's awful. It's awful to see him this way, because like he knows the jig, he's just doing it. And he just doesn't know if it's gonna stop. Now if it was me, I would have tossed in the sack if I saw this a 4th time. I would be done. But he just keeps going. He just keeps doing it. And so he gets undressed again. But little does he know, he's won, and it's all just to, like, he's so scared. All of these people, this is the most cool part, all of these people came here to see him, and they didn't even give him the dignity to, like, at least have something to cover himself up with. He does get a pillow. And he's just he's scared. You can see it on his face. He's not like happy, shocked, or just like flabbergasted. This is fear. He's so genuinely confused and scared on what's going on. Because he hasn't seen anyone besides a doctor, the producers, and a male guy for over a year now. So he's just so terrified. He's so scared. Like, everyone's walking so close because he's like, they're probably scared. He's like, is this man just gonna like start beating us with the pillow? And like, you can see like he's just so scared and so messed up from this event that he just doesn't know how to react. He just sits here. See, he just sits here. He doesn't know how to react. And he's making sure that he's like not dreaming or it's just weird. And also there is some bit of it that he's doing because he wants to be a comedian, so he's trying to be a little bit funny. But he's so like confused and scared. It's just awful. Now, I will not say what happened to him until the very end because the story does end on a more of a happier note, but I will get on to these little assholes right here. The producers. These people are awful. Okay. So I stated before that he would get like a bag of rice, and then he would get dog food, and he was forced to eat dog food, and then later on he gets another bag of rice, not that long after. And then he got a TV with no satellite or with no antenna, and then a game with no console. And then the ramen thing, the whole ramen situation that I mentioned after all that actually happened beforehand, I just slipped my mind. But like, it's very obvious that the producers controlled what he got and what he didn't. So to make sure that they could get the max profit possible, they would give him like something good, so that people would be like, oh yeah, that's cool, he finally got something nice. And then they would give him something completely random, the interest would die off, and then he would eat, and then he would have to do something like eat dog food. Or he would have to eat like raw. And then it was funny because of how cool it was. Because he got like, oh, haha, he got a game, but how is he gonna play it? Funny, right? Like, and obviously not everyone believed that this was obviously staged. Like, they were probably feeding him behind the scenes. But no, that's not what happened. This was everything that you saw right here is his genuine reaction. And it's awful. It's terrible. Like, you can see, like you can see how famous he got. He got on BBC, and he's finding all this stuff, and you can see like he's not even happy about it. Like, you would think someone would be happy about it, but he's not. He just looks like angry and upset. See, here he does seem a little bit joyful, but he's just like, I don't want to relive these moments. It's very obvious he doesn't. And he's finally happy because he gets real food. And he just, now obviously this is probably just him acting, but still, like, he is that genuinely happy to get real food again. And it's just so sad to watch someone be put to this level and not get much in return. They take him off stage with something. He finally relaxes, and they have to make sure that he's actually okay, because you can see them asking, do you know where you are right now? They talk, and he's just so, like, you could see him happy here, but I honestly don't think that he's happy that he won. I'm just think he's happy that it's over with. Because I know when, like, if I have to do something like a procedure for my medical complications or something like that, I'm not happy that I finally got through it. No, I'm just happy that I don't have to do it anymore. Like, I'm not happy like, oh, it's finally done, I don't have to worry about it. No, I'm just happy that I just, like, I don't have to do it. Don't have to do it anymore. So, obviously, I'm gonna add a little bit of After Effects in here because I can't show everything that I wanted to. And I have to edit the part out when I was gone for like 10 minutes, but that's okay. So now on to the more happier part. Natsubi is still alive and well today. I'll pull up his Wikipedia. That's about all that's really on him nowadays. Natsubi. I'll pull up this right here. You can see he's still alive, he's still kicking, he's 47, still lives in Japan, he's still a comedian to this day, too. And that's the name of the show that I will put into Google Translate so you can hear, Denpa Shonen's Prize Life is the English translation. And that's the show that was called, see, 1 million. Okay, so my math was right. It is about $10,000. It was like 9,785 or something like that. He actually was never a successful comedian. You can see here, Tamioko Hamutsi was never succeeded in the variety TV world. Instead, he became a local talent in his native Fukushima, as well as a dramatic stage actor, founding the stage troupe Eggplant Way. Performing across Japan, he starred in a bunch of other shows, created as a watcherman in a TV show, and then another game show, and he is now an avid mountain climber. He has, where is it? In 2016, Natsubi successfully scaled Mount Everest after 2 aborted attempts in 2014 and 15, and it is stated that he has, done it several times, and even once he did for charity. So that's pretty cool. So Natsubi's doing nice and well, and thankfully the game show that starred him was shut down in 2008, I think is what I had it wrote down as. It was either 2008 or 2002. No, 2008 is when it was finally shut down, which is a good thing because I want to do actions that I cannot speak on. I'll put it in here. I'm not gonna do that because I can't say it on YouTube either. There's a lot of things I wish to do to the producers for that because it's just a complete and utter mess of what the whatever it's called, whatever they did, the psychological torture that they did, psychological torment torture. Basically same thing because tormenting is technically a way of torture. You get my point. But I stated before, he is doing well now. He's just kind of going through life. He's obviously still extremely messed up from this situation and probably still having some lasting effects. But it's good to see that he's still doing well and still just kind of being human again after being treated like a cash cow for over a year. So if you're ever thinking about signing up for the game show, you might be forced to eat dog food. That's basically what what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying. Yeah, that's basically what this room was about. If you go to a Jap,
Oh,
if you
that's
go to
basically
Jap,
about. Be
yeah,
careful if you do game shows.
yeah, like I understand if you really, really want to be a comedian or you really want to be something, what point do you go to fulfill your dream? Because he didn't even get to fulfill his, because he never made it big like how he wanted it to. He's still doing well, like he's still a comedian to this day, and he still does well for himself, but he's not as big as he dreamed he was. Um, so, oh, by the way, none of these people were actually charged with like negligence or endangerment or anything like that. Like they just completely got away with it, which is also very upsetting because like they basically what Japan says is this is illegal. Making someone do all of this is completely legal, and rigging it to where they have to do disgusting tasks is completely legal. Now we do have instances like that in the U.S. Take a look at Fear Factor. I think that's the show. Fear Factor videos. Yeah, like these people have a choice to get out. They can easily get out if they want to. And you can see like
Hey, you might want to get you another phone as soon as possible.
now obviously like he had a choice in this.
My phone is absolutely imperative for my job. I don't have a phone. I genuinely
Like we still have this in the US, but like not to this extent where we have people literally like putting themselves at risk for getting food poisoning just in hopes of making it big. Well, I think that's just about it. I'll go through everything one last time. I want to reiterate that you don't want to blame the viewers and the people who are watching it because obviously they don't think it's completely real. No one ever really does until this information comes out. Anything else that I missed? Oh, I missed the part where it was like, if I was the delivery boy, if I saw a man completely nude with a bare apartment, I would have gave him the food and left. Cause like, even if it is the wrong door, I don't think I want to like. You open a door and you see someone completely nude in like a very bare, like just kind of ransacked apartment with a bunch of random things. You don't know what that person's gonna do, so I just give them the food and just leave. I get out of there as quickly as I can and be like, all right, we're gonna put that address on a blacklist for a bit. But yeah, I think that's all. Any jokes you want to make about it, Noah? Noah,
What?
are there any jokes you want to make about a man eating dog food to become a famous comedian?
No, not really.
No, I mean it's a pretty messed up story on in Japan's
Definitely.
part.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, well, I think that's about it for tonight. I guess
Yeah,
I'll see
pretty
you
good.
then, Noah. Have a
Yep,
good
I'll see you
one.
tomorrow. Yep, you do. Bye.
Bye. And now that I actually have this stream set up, I will see you all tomorrow. Why did it go back to here? I don't care. It'll be fine. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you two guys next Monday or next Friday probably. Goodbye. Have a good night. Be safe.